So I want to address two things real quick. First thing, I never once wanted to have a kid in that apartment. I actually expressed multiple times, and I'm pretty sure it was on the show, that I don't plan on having kids for years. I actually see myself having kids more like when I'm like 38 years old, and you know, obviously we're filming when I was 32. This kind of plays along with the I don't plan on staying in that apartment, so clearly I don't plan on having kids in that apartment, but whatever, people jump on silly shit. The other thing I wanted to address is the mugshot, my mugshot from when I was 17. Yeah, I was in a car with a friend. It was my car. I was driving, and he thought it'd be funny to point a BB gun out of the window and shoot some little BBs at this apartment. And so then I drove back over there. My car was recognized. I got arrested for it and went to court, and came down to a misdemeanor. I actually never did anything but, you know, put my mugshot online and tell everybody I've aggravated assault.
What is going on, people? We are back again with another Moving Mad video, and this one right here is all about Rob. Now, we spoke about Rob before, and we spoke about his criminal record, and as you heard from the man himself, he's now come out to back up himself, rightly so. So really and truly, it's a matter of whether you believe what he's saying or not. For me, this is where I stand. Right now, as we've seen him in the first few episodes of 90 Day Fiancé, he is shown to have one hell of an attitude. He is also shown to have very poor body language that can come across rather aggressive. And also on top of that, he has a tendency to raise his voice, to walk off, to have a strop, and pretty much to not take any accountability for anything and to always act as if, you know, he is the victim, or as if Sophie's too bougie and all that kind of stuff. So my point is that he's always shifting the blame elsewhere. So am I surprised by this response of him technically shifting the blame elsewhere by saying it wasn't even him or whatnot? I am not surprised. But that's not me saying that he's lying. I'm just saying that his attitude clearly hasn't changed, and that is something that he needs to check out. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the biggest problems that we have with fellow Rob. But also on top of that, he also addresses the fact that he wants a child, and he's talking about how, oh, I only want a child when I'm 38, and of course I'm not going to get one in my living situation right here, right now. I mean, listen, again, he may be telling the truth. I'm not going to say he's lying, but the energy that he's given is quite interesting, because it sounds like he's doing that thing that he does best, going back on his words, trying to play as if he's the victim, or trying to play as if everybody else is wrong and he's right. I mean, listen, of course, he's going to try and defend himself, and there's nothing wrong with that, without a shadow of a doubt. But it's just the way he does it. His demeanor is just very, it's not pleasant. His demeanor doesn't scream we should necessarily believe him, or his demeanor doesn't necessarily scream that he's someone that is generally speaking the truth. His demeanor always screams as if he's just trying to control the narrative, because that's exactly what he's been doing throughout the season. And do you want to know what the maddest thing is? And this is the thing that we've got to very much remember in terms of why I am addressing him in this way. In the season so far, he has tried time and time again, well, not time and time again, but a few times, to catch Sophie out for infidelity, for, you know, maybe not being loyal because she was an app to look for friends. When in reality, he was the one that did what? He's the one that was receiving videos from numerous women. He's the one that has shown more. No, in fact, any infidelity come from his side has always had evidence behind it. So my point is that he's the kind of person that will happily pass the blame elsewhere, divert the blame elsewhere. Meanwhile, he's doing a dirty himself. So therefore, based on the way he addresses himself, again, it's him putting the blame elsewhere, but he's probably doing a dirty elsewhere. But I did say this in my pre-video about him regarding his criminal record. I said, listen, at the end of the day, Rob is the kind of guy that he may have been caught for this, but it doesn't mean that he wasn't doing other things within that timeline that maybe he just didn't get caught for. And Rob is the kind of guy that unless he gets caught, he's going to act innocent. Unless he gets caught, he's going to act as the victim. And even when he does get caught a little bit, he'll still act like the victim. Either way, that's just my opinion. Let me know exactly what you're thinking down below, and we can most certainly talk about it. Peace.